So, Harley, yeah, they recently made a deal with the devil. You see, on September 1st, 2022, Harley-Davidson revealed the Low Rider El Diablo. This new bike is part of their Icon collection that they started in 2021 with the release of the Electra Glide Revival. The Icon collection is inspired by the most recognizable and sought-after Harley models. They say that they are iconic rides for modern times. Harley also says they may release up to 2 Icon models each year, but last year they only released 1, and now we only have 1 for this year so far, so we'll see if we get a second model this year. In today's video, we are going to go over exactly what you need to know about the new El Diablo with no fluff, and I'll share some of my thoughts. With that said, what do you say we dive in, huh? But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell icon. Every time those are hit, another biker joins the revolution, and we'd love to have you be part of it. Welcome back, Bikeaholics. Ryan Erlacher here, lawabidingbiker.com. I always thank you, that's right, you, for checking back in. The first thing to know about the Low Rider El Diablo is that they are only producing 1,500 of them. Additionally, you have to go to the Harley-Davidson website and go through the reservation process to get on the waiting list. And it's uncertain at this point when you'd actually take delivery of the El Diablo, but it seems it will be in the fall of this year. So one of the main questions is, how is the El Diablo different from the Low Rider ST that was just released in April of this year? Well, the El Diablo is really just a Low Rider ST. The only 2 things that make it different from the standard Low Rider ST is that it comes with the Rockford Fosgate fairing audio system and one-off paint scheme with pinstriping. And we'll talk more about the paint in just a moment. And the El Diablo's base price comes in at $28,000, which is about $6,000 more than the standard Low Rider ST, which comes in at around $22,000. Now, you could just buy a regular Low Rider ST, and for $1,000 you could buy the same Rockford Fosgate system and install it yourself. With the purchase of the bike, that puts you at around $23,000. So that leaves you with $5,000 to get your own custom paint job on your Low Rider ST. That would definitely be a one-of-a-kind paint job. But if you want the El Diablo paint, you'll pay the premium price. Also, since the El Diablo is really just a Low Rider ST with the same powertrain, you should definitely check out my very popular ride and review video of that bike when Harley invited me down to Santa Barbara, California, when it was originally released. So if you see an El Diablo test ride video in your feed, it will be exactly the same as the Low Rider ST test ride videos like mine that came out back in April. I'll pop a card on the screen here for you and put a link in the description below. All right, just real quick, we'll get right back into your video. As you can imagine, a ton of man-hour and expenses go into keeping this channel going strong. There is a way you can support us by becoming a patron member. I'll link to it in the description below. There's benefits for signing up, such as t-shirts and stickers. You get access to the private Facebook group, which is a troll-free zone. Nothing but bikers helping bikers in there. You get store coupon codes, access to live video broadcasts and chat, podcasts early, premium videos up on request, and of course, access to those ride, meetup, and events. We appreciate you considering becoming a member. Well, let's go ahead and get back into your video. So let's talk about the $5,000 paint job on the El Diablo. They are calling the paint El Diablo Bright Red and El Diablo Dark Red Metallic Fade. Okay, not sure that a long name like that was necessary. Whatever, let's move on. There's also pale gold pinstriping throughout the bike, and they use a tinted clear coat to create a candy effect. And all that comes together with the black powertrain and the bronze wheels we've come to expect on Low Rider models. The Low Rider El Diablo motorcycle paint is hand applied by the artisans at Gunslinger Custom Paint in Golden, Colorado. So what is Harley saying about the El Diablo? Quote, the Low Rider El Diablo is a modern expression of the iconic 1983 Harley-Davidson FXRT and a representation of the creative times it was born in, said Brad Richards, Vice President of Design and Creative Director at Harley-Davidson. It embodies the spirit of counterculture in Southern California in the 80s in a contemporary package that features meticulously crafted custom paint, including pinstripe trajectories that nod directly to those of the original FXRT. Oh, and real quick, this is a community on this channel, nothing but bikers helping bikers. Let me know what you think of the Icons collection and specifically the El Diablo. Harley-Davidson reps read the comments, and so do we. We love interacting with you. So why would someone buy one of the 1,500 El Diablos that will be produced? Really, that comes down to personal preference. You may want it as a future collectible, or you really love the paint scheme. Otherwise, you just buy a standard Low Rider ST, put the stereo system in, and get it custom painted yourself. So what do I personally think about the El Diablo? I think it is a badass looking bike, and I think Harley nailed it with the paint scheme. I think it is a very good representation of the FXRTs of the past. If money was not an issue, I'd certainly pick one up, because you better believe that I'd ride the devil like the little bitch he is. Okay, so there's some crazy things going on right now with Harley-Davidson, the EPA, the FTC, in addition to several lawsuits Harley is facing. I'm popping our must-watch video on the screen somewhere here for you, as it affects all Harley owners now and in the future. Make sure you give it a watch. Peace.